All right. Hey, welcome back, YouTube. Okay, today we're going to talk about the double D's. The double D's and what the double D's are and the tools of the enemy. Okay, the first double D we're going to talk about is this one here called discouragement. How many of you have ever felt that you just discouraged, man? You just don't feel like getting up. You don't feel motivated. It's just like, man, some things just knock the wind out of you. It's just like a hard punch. It's somebody punching you in the chest. It's like, whoo, I felt that. That's what discouragement is. It has you not wanting to get out of bed, just like, oh, I don't even feel like trying again. But I'm here to tell you there's hope, okay? Another form of discouragement, so you may have fear, you may feel hopeless, you may feel fearful. See, what's another one? Unmotivated, we talked about that. Scared, stressed, and just from words somebody may have said something to you. Just a word that somebody said to you. It's like, why did they have to say that? They could have just kept that to themselves, man. Gosh, it's just so discouraging. So the thing is that I've also noticed that in this life is that we're going to deal with another thing here, and that's called distractions. That's an R. Distractions. And those distractions come in many different forms. Sometimes it's people. Sometimes, I've had people in my life, it's like I'm trying to get stuff done and they're just a distraction. They're not doing too much. And it's like you're trying to move and make moves and do things. And it's like they're like holding on to your coattail. Like, hey, man, where you going? I'm going over there. I got somewhere to be. And so they're just a distraction. But what we have to do is we got to be like that horse that's running a race, because we have to finish strong. So you got to take some time and put mental blinders on, just like that horse, then start running. And then you just keep running that race. You don't look to the left. You don't look to the right. I got a race to run. I'm here to win the prize. And we have to run this race to win the prize. I'm not here for participation, Reverend. I'm here to win. It's kind of like even in jiu-jitsu. I have, some friends in jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, but they're trying to whoop my butt. I'm trying to whoop their butt, and we're there to win. We're there to dominate. We're there to win the prize, which is just a tap, okay? So the thing is, so sometimes we get these distractions. So with that, they comes in the form of people. Sometimes people and the words that they say to you, it can be a little distracting. Sometimes distractions come like in entertainment, YouTube, doom scrolling on your phone. I gotten caught up in that before. It was just like, you just sit there just wasting time. That's a distraction. What is a distraction from? It's from something productive that we need to be doing. What is it productive that you can be doing, that you could be creating? There's something that you could create. We were put here to create businesses, create families, create lifestyle, create something. Create some art, create some music, create a craft. We got to think about those things. So another thing that's a distraction is politics. Okay, I'm neither a Democrat or a Republican. Okay, I don't subscribe to either one of those or any of that. Okay, because it just doesn't work for me. I did it before, and then you vote for someone, and then you find out they start revealing their real character to you. So it's like, I bow out gracefully and respectfully. Okay, and so here's the thing: is that we have to do when we get those thoughts, when we get those feelings, when we get those emotions or things come along, we have to make a decision. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with that thought? What am I going to do with that distraction? Okay, whether it's politics. Well, here's something that we can do. Limit your time around those things that are distracting you. Just don't have the time for it. Don't make the time for it as much. So eliminating those distractions, okay? And casting down those thoughts and imaginations and those things. Every thought that we get is not a good thought. Sometimes the thought is a distraction. Sometimes the thought is discouraging. And it's like, man, we start thinking, then we start imagining, well, Am I going to be able to pay that bill? You know, and we start beating ourselves up, and we start that dog chasing that tail through our thoughts. And next thing you know, that thing that we have feared has come upon us. That thing that we have feared, they found out that we gravitate towards our dominating thoughts. And those things that we're thinking about, that where our focus goes, attention flows. And where our attention goes, energy flows. So we're actually bringing that thing to us. If it's fear thoughts, we're just bringing it to us. And it doesn't feel very well. Think about that. How do you feel thinking those kind of thoughts? We don't feel very good. So I have to cast down every thought, every imagination that exalts itself against the Most High. I got to get rid of it. If it doesn't serve me, it doesn't have no place in my life. If it doesn't serve me, it's got to go. So here's the thing. So cast down thoughts and imaginations. Another thing is that if we want things to get better, if we want to get out of discouragement and get into some courage, okay, and get out of that distraction, and get some traction, okay? So we can change those words around. We can change discouragement into courage. We can change distractions into getting traction. So how do we do that? How does that start? How do I do it? Let me show you how I do it. Okay, what I do is I understand that there's a battle going on. There's a battle that's going on up here in our mind. And so that's why I got this shirt on. My daughter gave this to me some years ago. But every day I fight. It's not a physical fight. Sometimes it's a spiritual fight. Sometimes it's a mental fight. Sometimes it's a fighting for what is right. So we have to decide in our mind that, hey, I want to win. I'm going to win. And you got to see yourself winning in this situation, in this circumstance. I'm going to win. I'm coming through this one way, a high or whatever. Listen, if you win it in your mind, that's half the battle, is winning it up here in our mind. Okay? That's where we lose a lot of the battles, is right here in our thinking, right here with our words. We need to make sure that we are having our words, our thoughts, and our actions all in alignment. Alignment. And that's a topic within itself, alignment. It's because a lot of times people are talking one way, but their thoughts ain't lining up. Their actions ain't lining up with their talking. So now they're talking about it, but they're not being about it. It's just a lot of talk, a lot of hot air. So see yourself winning. Think on the good. Okay? If you want to feel better, think better, do better, and then we'll begin to feel better, and then we'll get better results. Okay? It all flows together. It all works together. It all works in a symphony, a chorus, a harmony. All of it works together. It is truly that simple. It's not complicated. It's like it says in where it's a simple gospel. Even the truth is simple. And even a lot of times we can make simple things complicated by adding more steps to a problem that doesn't even need to be here. It's kind of like it's a multiplication problem, or it's a subtraction and dividing, but we're going to make it an algebra and geometry and trigonometry problem. It's not that complicated. This life is not that complicated. We complicate it, and we let others come into our life that bring drama and complicate it more so. So here's the thing. When it comes to discouragement and distractions, listen. Decide that, you know what, I'm going to operate from a place of power, a place of authority, not as a victim, but as a victor, and see yourself winning the battle of discouragement. See yourself as far as distractions. I make a decision. I'm not going to let this person call me and have access. I'm going to limit my time to how much. I know you like to talk on the phone. You like to play. I don't have time to play. There's a time and place for everything. I can play sometimes, but I got to work hard first before I can play hard. And what I mean working hard, it's not just physically. It's mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Work on those things. Work on those things. And what will happen is you will begin to protect. You will protect these areas of your life. And it's kind of like boundaries. Boundaries keep bad things out and good things in. You will put these boundaries up. It's like, no, when I know how you operate and how you like to spend your time, how you like to flow in entertainment, distractions, and you like to just play all the time, I don't have time for that. You shouldn't have time for that. Life is too short to be playing around. We need to be making things happen, not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Spend that time, go work out. Go work out. Spend your time working out. And listen here, as far as the double D's are concerned, discouragement and distractions, listen here, make that stuff tap out. Tap it out. Tap it out. When you make somebody tap, that means they surrender. Stop. I got enough. You're about to choke me out. You're about to take my life out. Listen, choke out the life of discouragement and distractions from your life, and I guarantee your life will be better, okay? And with that, I'll leave you on that. You guys have a great day, great night. Talk to you later.